Imagine the world of the richest and most influential people like Elon Musk, Bernard Arnault, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett at the top of their empires seems to hold secrets that the rest of us may never know. But there's something even more intriguing, maybe even unsettling about them. They escaped something that silently captures millions of lives every day, pulling them into an automatic existence where dreams are crushed under the weight of society's expectations.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.
Elon Musk!
You have to do these things that really get the world's attention. Otherwise, they just don't believe you.
These individuals broke free, saw through the illusion, and rewrote the rules of success. But what about us? Think about it. How many of us live on autopilot, fulfilling expectations imposed by others, shackled by a system created centuries ago to keep us in line? Long ago, a group of powerful minds gathered in secret, determined to shape society to their advantage. They created an education system with the purpose of training the masses, not as free thinkers, but as obedient workers. This system taught us to memorize and obey, to suppress curiosity and discourage questions.
Many kids and many grown-ups do figure out over time what their passions are. And sometimes we let I don't think it's that hard. I think what happens though sometimes is that we let our intellectual selves overrule those passions. And so that's what needs to be guarded against.
It was the Prussian education system, a system built to crush any spark of independence, to turn young, impressionable minds into obedient followers. And over the decades, this system spread across the globe, ensuring that the masses stayed on paths laid out for them, never challenging the powers that be. Today, most of us are raised within these same walls, unaware that this conditioning exists. We're taught to study hard, get degrees, and secure stable jobs, but at what cost? The years go by, and we realize, too late, that we've spent decades sacrificing our true potential. We chase a life of comfort and security, but when we look closer, we find only an illusion, a mirror that keeps us distracted, always moving forward but going nowhere. You're not meant to be free. The system made sure of it.
I remember people telling me it does not make sense to put together so many brands. And my father was really exceptional because he always gave me the sense of business. And when I arrived in the business with him, after 3 years, he told me, "Say, Guy, I think you are able to run the business, so let's do it."
Consider this. In the United States alone, over 500,000 people, many of them teachers, have rejected this system, refusing to send their children into the very institutions that, ironically, they themselves work for. Why? They've seen what happens behind those walls. They understand the hidden costs, the erosion of creativity, the death of independence, the conditioning that molds children into factory-minded adults. But few listen to them. Instead, we continue down this well-trodden path, hoping it will lead somewhere better. Now picture yourself back in high school or college. You spend hours on assignments, cram for exams, force yourself to memorize facts that feel empty and irrelevant. You're told it's for a bright future, but have you ever wondered, who does that future really serve? The years roll by, and the promises of a good job and a comfortable life seem more distant, more hollow. Those who control the system need you to keep believing, need you to stay in the cycle, so they can continue benefiting from your labor. But there's a darker twist. This isn't just about education or jobs. It's about controlling what you believe is possible, about controlling your very perception of life. From the time you're a child, you're taught to measure your worth in grades, degrees, and job titles. They want you trapped, endlessly chasing a version of success that keeps you tethered to their machines. Those at the top, like Musk, Arnault, and Bezos, saw the trap for what it was, sidestepped it, and now shape reality on their terms. While we, the masses, play by rules crafted to keep us compliant. Do you feel it? That creeping dread? You've been conditioned to believe you're free, that your path is your choice. But is it really? Look around. How many people do you know who are truly happy, fulfilled, or feel alive in their work? Most live paycheck to paycheck, shackled by debt, dreams fading with each passing year, all for a job that can disappear at a moment's notice. You might think that if you just work a bit harder, just follow the rules a little more closely, things will improve. But here's the brutal truth, they won't. The system isn't broken, it was designed this way.
Develop the habits. You've got the brain power, you've got the energy, but develop the habits of success. And look around you at the people that you admire, and list what makes you admire them compared to somebody else that looks equally strong or equally talented. And those are things that you can do.
In the Industrial Revolution, when machines began to replace manual labor, a dire need arose for obedient workers who wouldn't question orders, who would toil away in factories without a second thought. The Prussian education model was perfect for this purpose, producing generations trained to sit down, be quiet, and follow instructions. The goal was never to educate you fully. It was to train you just enough to serve, to keep the gears of industry turning. Even the British colonial powers used this model to create a compliant workforce in India, shaping generations to believe in hierarchy and obedience. You might think this all sounds too far-fetched, a relic of the past. But this system remains intact, subtly evolving, ensuring the masses are just educated enough to work, but not empowered enough to break free. Today it's marketed as a path to success, but it's simply a modern factory, producing legions of workers with the same mindset, same goals, all tailored to support the corporations that thrive off their labor. We grow up hearing stories of freedom and individuality, but our lives are shaped to serve the very powers we'll never see, hidden behind layers of policies and protocols. By the time you realize you're trapped, it's often too late, with obligations tying you down, mortgages, car payments, family responsibilities. You may have glimpsed the trap in your youth, but the system is skilled at keeping you busy, distracted, always reaching for that elusive, better tomorrow that never quite arrives. But there's still hope. You can escape this. To do so, you must ask hard questions. Break out of the mindset that the system has so carefully planted in your mind. The world has changed, and the tools to be truly independent, to build a life on your own terms, are more accessible than ever. Learning from self-made mentors, acquiring real skills online, investing in your ideas, these can pull you from the web of control that seeks to keep you grounded. The decision is in your hands. Will you keep walking the path set by someone else, or will you step off and chart your own course? It's a decision few dare to make. The fear of uncertainty keeps us from breaking free, from challenging the norms. But if you're ready to see the truth, if you're willing to step into the unknown, you might just find the freedom and fulfillment that the system has kept hidden from you. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, don't just let it fade. Subscribe, share, and spread this truth. There's a path to freedom beyond the walls built around us, and it starts by taking the first step into the unknown.